You know this moment. A big opportunity is right in front of you. An exam, a project, a chance to change your life. You tell yourself, this time will be different. You'll focus, you'll work hard, you'll prove what you're capable of. But somehow, hours later you are still scrolling, watching videos, checking your phone, doing everything except the one thing that matters. And deep down, you feel it. That quiet frustration. Why am I doing this again? Why do I keep getting in my own way? Most people call this laziness, but laziness is rarely the real problem. Something else is happening, something much deeper. Your brain is trying to protect you. Yes, protect you, even if it means ruining your progress. Here is something strange. Your brain does not care about success. It cares about safety. For thousands of years, the human brain had one job: survive. That means predicting what will happen next, because the unknown was dangerous. So your brain built a system, an internal model of who you are, how smart you are, how capable you are, how worthy you are. Think of it like an invisible line in your mind. This line represents your identity. Your brain believes this is where you belong. Now imagine something unexpected happens. You get a new opportunity, a promotion, a difficult challenge, a moment that could change your life. Reality suddenly says you might be better than you think, and your brain panics. Because if reality moves above that line, then your identity might be wrong, and the brain hates that uncertainty. So it creates a clever defense: self-sabotage, procrastination, distractions, last-minute panic. Not because you want to fail, but because failure needs an explanation. Imagine two situations. First one, you prepare perfectly, you give everything you have, and still fail. That hurts, because now the failure feels real. Maybe you simply weren't good enough. Your brain hates that possibility. Now imagine the second situation. You barely prepare, you start late, you sabotage your own effort, then you fail. But now your brain has a story. I failed because I didn't try, not because I couldn't succeed. See the difference? Self-sabotage protects your identity. This pattern shows up everywhere. Some people believe they must be perfect. Their internal standard is extremely high, so high that they fear failing. So they delay, they avoid, they sabotage. Because if they never fully try, their identity stays safe. Other people have the opposite problem. Their internal belief is extremely low. Deep down, they feel like a fraud. They think they don't deserve success. Then something strange happens. They actually succeed. They get recognition, praise, opportunity. But instead of feeling proud, they feel afraid, because their brain whispers something dangerous. They will find out. You don't belong here. You fooled them. This is called imposter syndrome. And once again, the brain reacts the same way. Self-sabotage, missed deadlines, avoiding responsibility, underperforming, slowly proving the old belief correct. Because the brain prefers predictable failure over uncertain success. And here's the frustrating part. Even when you understand this pattern, it still happens. Because this is not just psychology, it is biology. Inside your brain, there is an alarm system, the amygdala. Its job is detecting threats. When uncertainty appears, it assumes danger. Your body reacts instantly. Heart rate increases. Anxiety appears. Your thoughts start racing. And suddenly your rational mind loses control. You stop thinking clearly. You just want relief. So your brain chooses the fastest escape: distraction, scrolling, anything to remove the discomfort. But here's the truth. People who overcome self-sabotage are not fearless. They simply train their brain differently. And it starts with something simple: awareness. The next time you feel that urge to escape your work, pause. Instead of reacting, observe it. Ask yourself one question: what am I actually feeling? Write it down. Fear, pressure, doubt. When emotions leave your head and enter the page, something changes. You stop being the emotion. You become the observer. And that small distance gives your mind control again. The second step is lowering the pressure. Perfectionism is the enemy of action. Many people wait for the perfect start, perfect plan, perfect confidence. But that moment never arrives. So try something radical. Give yourself permission to do it badly. Write the worst version, the messiest attempt, the most imperfect start. Because if bad is the goal, then failure is impossible. And once you begin, momentum appears. Action replaces fear. But the most powerful change takes time. Your brain must learn that growth is not dangerous, and the only way to teach it is through evidence. Small wins, small experiments, small risks. Every time you take action despite fear, your brain receives new information. Maybe failure is not fatal. Maybe mistakes are not proof of weakness. Maybe progress is possible. Slowly, your internal baseline begins to move. Your identity evolves. So remember this, self-sabotage is not stupidity. It is protection. Your brain trying to keep you safe from the unknown. But safety and growth are rarely the same thing. And the life you want exists outside that comfort zone. The moment you recognize the pattern is the moment everything begins changing. Observe the fear. Start imperfectly. Take the next step, again and again, until one day you realize something. The voice that once stopped you no longer controls you, and the path forward finally feels clear. Because the greatest obstacle in your life was never the world. It was the quiet war inside your mind. And the moment you stop fighting yourself is the moment your real progress begins.